Hey, what's up, guys? So we're back with more Star Wars content. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We're gonna be checking out another video by Red5. So shout out and credit goes to Red5 for the video. And this video is called the 10 most dangerous planets in all of Star Wars. Now, when you see like several planet locations throughout like the Star Wars universe, whether it's the movies, the cartoons, the TV show, Clone Wars, things like that, you will see some planets that are kind of questionable. Because I mean, one planet that comes to mind, like right off the top of my head, is Mustafar, because the whole place is lava. One misstep, you're done. And I was also thinking about like in Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, like Hoth. It's very cold, and on top of that, the Wampas. There are what planet was it? Um, I can't remember the name of it, but it was another cold planet. But either way, those are like two planets that I could just like think of off the top of my head that has a very hostile environment. But let's see what kind of planets Red 5 has in mind. So without anything else, let's just jump right into it.
The Star Wars galaxy is packed with planets of all kinds. Some worlds are bustling with life and
Like
opportunity, while others are harsh, unforgiving, and
Mustafar.
downright lethal. From extreme climates to deadly creatures, and from violent crime lords to ancient dark powers, these planets are places you'd want to avoid at all costs.
Coruscant?
In no particular order,
Makes
here
sense.
are the 10 most dangerous planets in all of Star Wars.
I guess Tatooine fits in there too.
Kashyyyk. A lush forest planet, Kashyyyk is the homeworld of the mighty Wookiees. While they've adapted well to the environment, most others wouldn't survive. The planet is layered with huge Warsher trees that cover most of its landscape. The Wookiees have built most of their cities into the upper levels of the trees, like Kachiro and Rookroro. From a distance, it's actually quite beautiful. However, it gets deadlier and deadlier the deeper and lower you go into the forests. Creatures like Katarns, Webweavers, and Wyshok will attack you on.
Okay, now that explains it. Because just by looking at those creatures, those are the creatures you have to fight in Jedi Fallen Order when you go to Kashyyyk. So, yes, agreed.
Sight. The deepest levels are known as the Shadowlands, and
Yes.
they're shrouded
See?
in
There's
mystery
Cal.
and danger. The Rosher trees grow so tall that sunlight barely touches the forest floor. The Wookiees believe that the deep forest is tied to ancient forces and dark energies. They also consider it a place of self-discovery. So many young Wookiees descend to the Shadowlands as a rite of passage, confronting the dangers to prove their worth. Whether you're high in the trees or deep below, Kashyyyk's unpredictable weather also possesses a threat. Heavy rainstorms often cause flash floods, and slippery conditions make it easy to fall from the trees. Most off-worlders who don't have much knowledge of the planet
that scared the
get
hell out of
lost
me.
or fall prey to the natural hazards. Dagobah. Located in the Sluis sector of the Outer Rim territories, Dagobah is a remote swamp-covered planet, and it is where Yoda went into hiding after the fall of the Jedi Order and the rise of the Galactic Empire. While it's quiet and desolate, it's undoubtedly one of the most dangerous planets in the galaxy due to its harsh environment, deadly creatures, and the Cave of Evil, which is a
Makes
living
sense.
Force Vergence strong in the dark side. A Vergence, or a Force Nexus, is an unusual yet naturally occurring concentration of Force energy that centers around a single place, object, or person. The Cave of Evil's dark energy surrounds the area with a sense of dread, while also attracting dangerous plants and creatures. If someone enters the cave, it projects their worst fears as illusions. The planet goes through 2 seasons, a dry and a wet season. During the dry season, the uplands become too hot for most life forms to survive, causing everything to migrate to the lower lands. During the wet season, rains return and flood the lowlands. Dagobah's landscape is an endless swamp with uneven terrain. The constant fog also reduces visibility, making it easy to get lost. You
As we
then
saw,
need to watch out
yeah.
for creatures like dragon snakes, bogwings, and swamp slugs. It's one of the few planets in the galaxy with no sentient species present.
Yoda with the bow and arrow?
No civilization around, you're forced to live off the land, even though most of it will be trying to kill you. Exegol, a dark desert planet
Exegol.
located
Oh,
within
yeah.
the unknown regions
Episode 9.
west of the Outer Rim. Exegol was once a fertile planet until the Sith laid waste to it and claimed it as their own. Its dry conditions, combined with the rubbing of dust particles in its atmosphere, cause massive static discharges that look like lightning strikes. The entire planet is constantly plagued by these electrical storms. It's also in a constant state of darkness due to all the storm clouds. The space around Exegol is covered with the remains of megafauna, causing a cloud of red gas and stardust to cover the planet. This is called the Red Honeycomb Zone, and it makes it difficult to navigate the planet. Like Dagobah, Exegol has a dark side vergence. The entire planet is steeped in dark side energy, leading to its oppressive environment. During the Galactic Civil War, Emperor Palpatine made it the breeding ground for the new Sith Empire, with Sith loyalists working in the shadows to create the Final Order. But even after the final battle between the Resistance and
that
the
was
First
crazy.
Order, the planet remains treacherous due to its dark side inclination and the constant electrical storms. There are plenty more dark side planets that we'll mention later in the video, but the dark side isn't the only dangerous force in the Star Wars galaxy. Nar Shaddaa. Well,
Nar
the
Shaddaa.
previous planets we've
that's
looked
right.
at are dangerous due to their natural environments. Nar Shaddaa's dangers come from its lawless society. It's one of the moons of Nal Hutta, which is the homeworld of the Hutts. Well, it's not technically a planet, so much happens on Nar Shaddaa that it fully deserves a spot on this list. Similar to Coruscant, the entire landscape is covered with urban terrain. It's just one massive city. But while Coruscant has law and order, Nar Shaddaa is a crime-ridden hive of illegal activity. It's filled with smugglers, bounty hunters, and crime syndicates. There's no law enforcement or interference from galactic governments, so everyone who lives here embraces that culture. The Hutt cartel controls most of it, so they're the one faction that most of the inhabitants try to stay on the good side of.
Yeah,
Luke
they are the
Skywalker
law.
put it best. It's just an entire world of pirates and outlaws. If you take a stroll down the lower city levels, there's nothing stopping someone from shooting you purely because they don't like how you look. Or you may be caught in the crossfire of a gang war. It's just how things operate here. During the Galactic Civil War, the Rebel Alliance considered the moon so dangerous that they refused to send anyone there. It would just be suicide. Tatooine.
Here we go.
Speaking of a wretched hive of scum and villainy.
So before we go into this, this is my prediction why Tatooine's on here. Because of the Tusken Raiders, because we saw how they act in episode 2 and also episode 4. But however, I know we kind of saw a good side of them during the Book of Boba Fett, but they're still hostile to many other people. And also the Krayt Dragon. There we go. The Krayt Dragon, because we saw how big it is and how tough it is. And also on top of that, the Hutt cartel, because Jabba the Hutt lives there. So basically it's lawless and the Galactic Republic has no presence there. So basically there's no law enforcement, there's nothing. It's kind of like a desert Nar Shaddaa. I almost said Nal Hutta.
We have to mention Tatooine, since it's far from...
Oh, and I remember in the comics, I'm sorry for pausing, guys. I remember in the comics that there's a day where there's 3 suns in the sky, and basically it burns literally everything on the surface. And if you're caught out during that day, then you're done. So you have to find shelter during that day.
From the core worlds, it's also untouched by galactic governments. It's a hotspot for criminal activity, especially in the towns like Mos Eisley and Mos Espa. You'll see plenty of violence and illegal dealings. For a large part of the planet's history, most of Tatooine was controlled by Jabba the Hutt's criminal empire. And while it shares the same criminal danger of Nar Shaddaa, it also shares the environmental dangers of planets like Kashyyyk and Dagobah. It has 2 suns, subjecting the planet to extreme levels of heat. With no natural water sources, the residents need to get water from moisture farms that draw moisture from the dry air. If that's not bad enough, Jabba the Hutt even imposed a water tax during particularly bad droughts on Tatooine, which he would enforce through the use of bounty hunters like black chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum, yeah.
Moisture farmers also need to worry about intense sandstorms that can damage equipment. While it's hot during the day, the extreme heat turns to intense cold at night. Venture out from the major towns, and you'll find yourself lost in the Dune Sea, where you'll find krayt dragons, the sarlacc, or the native
that's right, the
raiders.
sarlacc.
Hoth. In
Here we go.
contrast to Tatooine's hot climate, Hoth is completely covered in ice and snow. Due to the extreme cold, it's one of the most inhospitable planets in the Star Wars galaxy. Located in the Outer Rim, it was most notably the host of Echo Base, which was the Rebel Alliance's temporary headquarters after the Battle of Yavin. The base itself took 2 years to be constructed by Rebel engineers. They were actually the first faction to successfully establish a base on the planet.
Oh,
Various
really?
smuggling
Nice.
rings attempted to set one up before, but that failed due to the extreme weather conditions. By nightfall, the temperature on the planet drops below negative 60 degrees Celsius
hell no.
or negative 76 Fahrenheit. Add that to the constant snowstorms, and you'll quickly realize why no one lives there. The deadliest creatures on the planet are the Wampas. Wampas are semi-sentient and very aggressive. Come across one and it will attack you on sight. Without a strong shelter, strong external resources, and constant vigilance, surviving on Hoth would be impossible. Mustafar.
Here we
This
go.
hellish world wasn't always the harsh and fiery planet we know it to be. Mustafar was once a garden world brimming with life. It was nourished by a Force artifact called the Bright Star, but someone named Lady Corvax tried to use the Bright Star to bring her husband back to life, and it shifted the planet's orbit. 2 surrounding planets drew closer, and this heated Mustafar's core, turning
Oh, I
it
didn't
into
know
a
that.
volcanic hellscape. The planet's surface is dominated by active volcanoes and rivers of molten lava. The scorching heat is enough to melt most materials. The fields of lava are unpredictable, exhibiting sudden eruptions that will destroy anything in close proximity. It's yet another planet with a vergence
Interesting.
in the Force, causing most life to supernaturally adapt to the hellish climate. The most dangerous creature to watch out for is the Shur-Kar, a large
Shur-Kar.
scorpion-like beast with a speared tail. The ancient Sith came
Hell
to
no.
Mustafar, seeking the same secrets of external life that Corvax came close to.
Oh, yeah,
They
from the
built
Darth
a
Vader
temple
comic.
over the Virgins, which later became Darth Vader's fortress. Not to mention that the planet was also home to the Black Sun crime syndicate. So, with
Oh,
the
really?
hostile climate, the dark side influence, and the local crime lords, Mustafar is definitely one of the deadliest worlds to be on. Maldo Kreis. While we haven't seen much of
Maldo
Maldo
Kreis?
Kreis in Star Wars, what we have seen is enough nightmare fuel to power any starship. Maldo Kreis is an icy
Oh.
planet located
This one, yeah, I remember. Mando was transporting a passenger. It was a female. I forgot what species she was, but she was like transporting like this like a container of eggs, and then they were attacked by something. I don't remember what it was, but I won't say it. I'll let Red 5 reveal it.
in the Outer Rim. While the climate is cold, the world is also covered in hot springs. You're not likely to freeze to death like you would on Hoth, but there's something much scarier to worry about. The world features large canyons with numerous caves. With no settlements, towns, or villages, these caves are the only destination, but they're home to giant ice spiders that swarm anyone who comes near. They
Yep.
almost killed Din Djarin when he crash-landed on Maldo Kreis after being pursued by New Republic pilots. Compared to the other planets we've looked at, there isn't much worse than Maldo Kreis. It's the one planet that arguably offers the least chance of survival. Felucia. A humid
Oh,
jungle
Felucia.
planet, Felucia, like Kashyyyk, has dangers that come from the world's flora and
Okay, here's the thing about Felucia. Oh wow, look at the bottom right here. Instead of Felucia, it's Fuchsia. Here's the one thing I learned about Felucia. I learned it from the Star Wars Battlefront 2 classic game. One of the missions is in Felucia, and it was one of the creatures. I still remember what it's called till today because of its sound, and also the fact that it was featured in Attack of the Clones during the Geonosis Gladiator event, like in the arena. The huge creature shrieking creature was called like Acklate. And yeah, that thing was hard to kill because one, it had a lot of health, and two, on top of that, when you're a clone fighting against the separatists on this planet, it is very difficult to see the droids because the droid kind of like blend in and camouflage with the environment, but the clones really stand out. So if you're playing the Republic on this planet, you don't really stand a chance.
And fauna. The entire surface is overrun with a thick, humid jungle made up of various plant species. Most of the plants and creatures on Felucia have developed defense mechanisms to protect them from each other. This makes them hostile to any off-worlder. Basically, when you land on Felucia, most plants and creatures will try to kill you. The biggest threat are the jungle rancors. After you need to be careful of the toxic and flesh-eating plants. The planet is home to several infectious diseases that come from the plants. The intense humidity is what makes it easy for those diseases to spread. A journal entry from one of the 501st clone troopers describes the planet perfectly.
On Felucia, the Seps dug their metal heels
Here
into
we
the
go.
muck of that alien hellhole and dared the Republic to come in after them. So we did. Only to be met with the month after month of flesh-eating diseases.
There it is, the
shrieking
creature.
Nocturnal predators and other sights that haunt me to this day.
Dathomir. Well, home
I can't believe he actually used a Battlefront 2 cutscene in this. And on top of that, yeah, Dathomir. I remember not just because of the Night Sisters, but because of the Night Brothers as well. And also on top of that, big spiders. I mean, there's spiders literally everywhere in the Star Wars universe now you think about it. And yeah, Jedi Fallen Order really like opens your eyes to Dathomir.
to various Dathomiri clans, Dathomir is most notably home to the Night Sisters, a group of Force-sensitive witches that practice dark magic. The world is heavily imbued with
Mother
dark side
Talzin.
energy, which the Night Sisters use to control the creatures and environment. This includes possessing people and creating undead soldiers using necromancy. But we've seen through Mother Talzin and Marin that their powers far exceed just those uses.
Yep.
While they're not necessarily hostile, they're territorial and don't take kindly to people invading their land. Dathomir is also home to various dangerous creatures. It's the native planet to the Rancor, which is one of the largest and most dangerous land-based creatures in the galaxy. The Nidax and Chirodactyls also
Nidax.
pose a massive threat.
Yeah, that thing.
Dathomir became a barren world after the Night Sisters were massacred. However, the looming Darkside presence, the Night Sister tombs, and all of the deadly creatures make it a planet that no one wants to visit. But of all these planets, which would you least like to visit or live on? Is there another that we didn't mention? Let me know in the comments. Come join us to chat more at our community Discord server, linked in the description. If you enjoyed today's
Man, it's
Star
been a
Wars
while
video,
since I've seen
we've got
this
more on
ending.
the screen for you right now. Also, make sure to drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe to join the Red Squadron. Until next time, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you. Red 5, standing by.
All right, so which of the 10 planets that he mentioned would I not want to live on? That's actually pretty tough because every single one of them sounds horrible. I mean, basically, it's mostly just all environments. Like every single one of them is really just horrible. Like I'm not gonna be able to survive. Let's see. Kashyyyk, Dagobah, Exegol, Nar Shaddaa, Tatooine, Hoth, Mustafar, what's it called? Oh, Maldo Kreis. God damn. Felucia and Dathomir. Every single one of them's horrible, so I can't pick, to be honest. But if you guys have an answer, please put it down in the comments below. Which planet would you not want to live on? And if you really do have to live on one of these 10, which one would you actually live on? Actually, you know what? I'll say my answer. I say maybe Nar Shaddaa would actually be where I live. I know what how that sounds like, but the thing is, there's no environmental like harm. It's just mostly just societal harm because there's no law enforcement or anything. So your chances of dying are still, I know, the same as like burning or freezing to death. But however, at least there's no like big creatures coming after you, no flesh-eating diseases, no heat, no cold, nothing. So if you know how to protect yourself and you keep your eyes open and like, you know, always on the alert, you should be fine. So that would be my choice. But either way, this was a really great video. 10 most dangerous plants. Red 5, you did it. You did it again. Well done. So that's all I got for today. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. And also shout out to all my members, subscribers, viewers. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your support, guys. I really do appreciate it. So without anything else, see you guys next time.